Well, good afternoon everyone. Thank you for joining us here in Manchester ahead of a huge night of boxing, December 18th at the wonderful Manchester Arena. Of course, the main event everyone talks about. Last time, a real close run fight between Joseph Parker and Derek Chisora. They do it all again, this time in front of fans. But what a card we have for you to close out the year live and exclusive on DAZN. It's a huge run of events this week, of course, in Sheffield. Also, Jaime Munguia against Rosado on DAZN, the Golden Boy show from America this Saturday as well. Next weekend, Demetrius Andrade in a quadruple World Championship card, of course, with Andy Lee's charge, Jason Quigley, Julio Cesar Martinez, Ahmad Liev, Kaylee Reese against Kamara. The week after that, Teofimo Lopez against George Kambosos at Madison Square Garden. The week after that, Devin Haney against Jojo Diaz from the MGM Grand. Conor Benn against Chris Algieri the week after that. And of course, this show on December the 18th, coupled with Leharaja's defence in Bilbao and also a big fight in Uzbekistan. We are having 10 shows in the next 7 weeks in 6 different countries. But of course here, we're here to talk about a tremendous card. And before we talk to the main event, I want to talk to a lot of people down on the bottom table, some of which are in huge fights, career-defining fights. And of course in the COVID world that we live in today, a lot of their opponents staying in their own country to prepare to fly over shortly for their challenge. Sandy Ryan, we'll start with you. Brilliant performance last time out in Italy, Sandy. Everybody's seen the brutal body shot knockout, millions and millions of views worldwide. Filled you with lots of confidence and ready to move to 3-0 in Manchester on December 18th.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it and to be on a great card, a big card like this. And yeah, let's go and put on another big performance.
Match difficulty. I mean, Kirsty Babington, we saw her beat April Hunter quite convincingly in Newcastle last time out. You boxed her on her debut, of course, won every round. Tough opponent for you last time, you took her out. I know you're talking about moving quickly, but how quickly do you want to move? You know, this of course going to 3-0 before the end of the year, but do you see yourself fighting for championships next year?
Yeah, 100%. I know what level I'm at, and I think I've showed in my first 2. I boxed different in both fights, and there's more to come, but next year 100% get me some title fights, Eddie.
You young prospect, those kind of performances are so important. You've seen the difference between the response and you know the exposure from that kind of performance and that kind of knockout versus a good solid win against Kirsty Babington. Do you see that side of the game now, that you've got to go out there and make statements, look exciting? Of course, don't want to take unnecessary risks at the same time, but those kind of performances just take you to another level.
Yeah, 100%, and what you said after my last fight, it really stuck with me. And I'll be going into every fight meaning business and like hurtful business as well.
Look forward to seeing you in Manchester. Delighted to welcome the Olympic bronze medalist David Naika to the card. Of course, a close friend of Joseph Parker, training with Andy Lee as well. David, welcome. Great performance out in Tokyo and a huge card for you to get your teeth back into the professional game.
Yeah, no, I feel very privileged to be here. I'm in the heart of professional boxing here, so a massive opportunity for me, and I'm looking to, you know, put myself on notice in the cruiserweight division.
What was that like, moving from obviously the pros back to the amateurs? It's worked for some people, hasn't worked for everybody, but a brilliant experience as well, and obviously massive support in New Zealand, giving you huge profile, medaling in the Olympics, and really giving you a good platform to move forward with your pro career now.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more to professional boxing than I initially thought. I feel like I'm rebuilding Rome, starting to work with Andy Lee, but I'm in great company with the likes of Joseph Parker. The Furies are in camp. You know, I'm a sponge right now, and this is a great opportunity for me to grow and learn and develop as a boxer and I guess as a person.
Oh, big star for the cruiserweight division. Look forward to seeing you in action. Rhiannon Dixon, welcome back. Always horrible giving the bad news that your opponent pulls out late on a fight week. Can't get the fight on as what happened to you in Liverpool, but a blessing here in Manchester, closer to home of course, and also a huge card to be a part of. welcome back and excited to finally make your matchroom debut.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. You know, it was unfortunate what happened last time, but it's great to be on such an amazing card, and it's return of and back at the MEN. So I'm just excited to show everyone what I can do.
I kind of feel like a broken record talking about women's boxing now, how, I always ask the question, it's in such a good place, we've got so many great fighters, but the opportunities are endless now. We see, of course, last weekend, Maiva Hamadouche against Mayer in a tremendous fight. The week before, Chantel Cameron in a Fight of the Year contender. Of course, Terry Harper in a really tough fight this weekend in Sheffield as well. So many opportunities for you to proceed in a women's sport now.
Yeah, it's just getting bigger and bigger, and the more that people like me and Sandy are on these shows and putting on amazing performances, and we're changing people's opinions of women boxing. So, I'm just excited to get things going now and show everyone what I can do on December 18th.
Look forward to seeing you there. Jordan Thompson, they got me in trouble, Jordan, because they said we got no space in Manchester, and then when you knock that guy Spark out at the O2 Arena, I said we got to get him on. What a performance. Talk to Sandy Ryan about making statements. That was a huge statement that you made at the O2. And I don't want to start anything off, but Jordan Thompson against David Naika is a fight that I think you'll see for the world title in about 12 months' time or so. Welcome back, mate. Great performance last time out in your hometown. This time around, nice quick turnaround and straight back to it.
No, that's it. No, it's just a pleasure to be able to get out, stay active, keep the momentum going. Like you say, it was good to get the win in the style that I did, making a little bit of an announcement on the scene. Felt like my debut again. Literally, it's been that long, but keen to keep going, keep that momentum going, and go out there, put on a good show in front of the home fans, and back in Manchester, my hometown. So I'm looking forward to it.
Same question to you, like Sandy, the importance of making those kind of statements and those show real performances, show real knockouts. Obviously, you have to win and you have to develop, but you have got a penchant for knocking people out, and obviously people love to see it, and the response from that performance has been great.
No, 100%. It's been great. I mean, at the end of the day, I go in there and I will be going for the knockout. When I go in there and I throw my punches, I let my hands go. I let them go with bad intentions. But at the end of the day, there's going to come a day where I need to get rounds in. I'm going to need to learn. Like I say, I'm still learning on the job as well. So I do need to get those rounds in, but I'm sure they'll come when they come. Timing's everything. But now listen, we'll go out there and we'll aim to get another knockout on December the 18th.
Sure, we get a great reception in Manchester. We talk about these three guys in front of me, three huge fights for their careers. Start with Zelfa Barrett. Zelfa, Bruno Tarimo, IBF eliminator for the world super featherweight title. Number 3 against number 4. Of course, we are promoting and have options on Agawa against Fuzili at Madison Square Garden, November 27th. You'll have your eye on those guys as well. Perfect fight, perfect opportunity, and I know you wanted to get your hands on Kiko Martinez again, who's fighting Kid Galahad this weekend, but this couldn't have worked out better. Really tough fight against a tough, rugged contender, and a massive fight for you in Manchester. Yeah,
of course, this is the kind of fight I need in Manchester. I've not boxed in front of a crowd for like 2 years, so I'm excited to just fight and put out a performance. And Bruno Tarimo's no pushover, man. He's there to take me out. He's rugged. He gives everything he gives. But he's made for me. He's not going to stand and box. He's going to come there and fight and give his all. And I'm ready for that.
I know no title is easy to win, but when you look at the division, of course, Shakur Stevenson, brilliant last time out. Of course, when you look at the winner of Agawa against Fuzili, you've seen Fuzili, good performance against Martin Wall, very tricky, but this is a world championship fight that we can bring to Manchester if you can get past Tarimo. So absolutely everything on the line for your career here to move forward and make a statement in Manchester and try and bring that world title opportunity back to this city.
Yeah, no doubt. This is what's in my mind constantly. It's on my doorstep. Part of great performance, and Shakur Stevenson's awesome. You got to give credit where credit's due, but the rest of the champions ain't the strongest. That Fazili is a good fighter, but he's no Shakur. And these guys are beatable. I'm in more than my range to beat all these guys. So it's on my doorstep, and I just need to win. Put out a performance and win, and then got the best promoter in the world, so. It can be in Manchester, the world title fight, but my focus is on Bruno, December 18th. I'm going to win, and I'll be looking good as well.
Sure, you're going to get a great reception at Manchester Arena, as will this man, Jack Cullen. Jack, I'm so chuffed for you that you get an opportunity to try and win, and I believe will win, the European Super Middleweight Championship on December 18th. You have always dived in any fight that's been offered to you. I mean, a brilliant fight against Felix Cash at Manchester Arena, seems like years ago now. I think it was obviously pre-pandemic. Come out, you beat John Doherty in a fight that you were probably not supposed to win. You come out, you fight Abney Yildirim in a fight you definitely weren't supposed to win, and you win that one. Now you get a shot at the European title. Little Lever tore my garden to shreds at Fight Camp, and they are all going to be out in absolute force at Manchester Arena on December 18th. Massive, massive opportunity for your career.
Yeah, you know, I just like to say a big thank you for giving me the opportunity. And, you know, a European title is every boxer's dream, and I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna get the job done. And yeah, like you say, a little lever, rip your garden. Only 25 room there. Wait till there's 1,000 at Manchester Arena. It's gonna be amazing, and you know, I'm looking forward to it. I just like to say a big thank you for putting me on this card. It's a brilliant card to be on, and I'm looking forward to it.
How's that confidence grown? I know you've always gone into these fights with confidence, but the Yildirim win, you know, he did fight Canelo in the fight before you. I know he got busted up in that fight, but he's a guy that's boxed at world level for a number of years now, and you beat him pretty comfortably.
We had a game plan from day one when we found out he was fighting, and you know, it worked. And listen, it's all down to Michael and Dave, my coaches, and listen, at the end of the day we'll go again. We watch this guy and we'll get a game plan and we'll get him beat.
Yeah, good fighter, Emre Kuka. Very, very tough, well schooled. Father is his trainer. They've got plenty of pride as well. It's not going to be an easy fight for you, December 18th, but one you're confident of winning.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be an easy fight, but we'll see. Like you said,
you're never in an easy fight.
You said no, I've not been in an easy fight, so listen, I'm gonna stick it on him anyways. Having it, the lad.
Jack, we look forward to it, mate. A fight that everybody's talking about: Carlos Gongora against Lerone Richards, the IBO Super Middleweight Championship of the world. Two very, very much avoided fighters. Of course, Dave Caldwell up here, Lerone's coach, has been championing him for a long, long time now, believes that this young man is a special, special talent. Carlos Gongora, we saw in a fight of the year contender, knocking out Akhmedov, Gennady Golovkin's charge, who was again perceived to be one of the most dangerous fighters in the division. Lerone, fantastic response for this fight, massive opportunity for you. Everyone excited to see you against Gongora.
Yeah, Eddie, I'd like to thank you, Matchroom, S-Jam, my coach Dave Caldwell, my family for all the support. Yeah, I'm very excited for this fight. Can't wait to showcase my skills, show everyone what I'm all about once again. And you know, I'm very confident about this fight, and you're going to see more of Lerone Richards with a little bit more spice. So yeah, I can't wait.
Obviously a totally different level to where you've boxed before. No disrespect to those guys, you breeze through domestic and European level as well, but this is a whole nother challenge. Gongora, very good amateur, he's got a great engine, extremely tough, good chin, can punch as well. This is really a top 10 super middleweight in the world, whichever way you look at it.
It is. I was very adamant, you know, from when I started my professional career to do, well, to box at every level, winning the British, Commonwealth and the European title, and this is the next step. And you know, I can't wait. I'm at this level. I believe my skills are beyond this level, but it's time for me to showcase that on the 9th, on December 18th.
Thank you, Lerone. Thank you, gents and ladies. We go up to the top table, the main event. Last time out behind closed doors. It was one of those moments in a very, very close fight where I knew Derek Chisora would be fuming if he didn't get the decision. He didn't get the decision, he was fuming, felt that he deserved to win that fight. We managed to get it on again. Thank you for both guys, Joseph as well, for accepting the rematch for this fight. Last time out, this was a fight that I was so disappointed was behind closed doors. Derek Chisora is a guy that thrives on the big arenas, the big atmosphere. You've seen Joseph Parker box at Millennium Stadium in front of 70,000 against Dillian White in front of 20,000 at the O2. We cannot wait to see the fans back in Manchester Arena for not just a great card, but a really, really good heavyweight fight. Two great trainers who we're going to speak to now. Dave Caldwell linking up with Derek. I guess you've been there in the past, sometimes behind the scenes, sometimes on the scene. Now you can really get your teeth into a full camp. Really, really exciting fight. Really, really good heavyweight fight. And everyone says, as always, Del Boy must win this fight. But last two times, two close fights, one against the unified heavyweight world champion, one against a top 5 ranked heavyweight in Joseph Parker, never does things easily, and a big fight for Del Boy, December 18th.
Yeah, I was talking earlier on. The thing about Derek is that he loves his sport, he loves fighting, but what gets him really going is the real fights. He's not one of these fighters that gets to a certain level that just wants to cash out against mediocre opposition that he believes he's just going to beat easily. He wants to test himself, and I think if you look at his resume and the fighters that he's fought, that shows. That's what gets him going, you know. And the Joseph Parker fight is a fight that since the first one, that's all he's ever spoke about. The first one was a very good fight. You know, it was a very good fight, close. Regardless of who you thought won it, it makes no difference. Joseph Parker won the fight, and you know Derek's going in there to reverse the result and to put on a performance. And he's working so hard. It's not just hard; he's working so well, so smart. He's a real pleasure to coach. I mean, it was the first time around when we worked together. We had 2 fights together in Gashi and Spilka, and I enjoyed working with him then. And people think, oh, it must be so hard to work with and everything. No, he's not. This time around is around the fighters that I've got in the gym. He's working with, you know, the younger guys in there. It's a great inspiration to them. But the difference in Derek this time around as well is he trains, he does his work, and he stays behind and he'll watch the sparring with the other guys. He'll just stay behind, or he'll come in earlier and watch the sparring before he goes to work if somebody's in before. He's almost like he's just enjoying being around the environment a little bit more. He seems happier. Like I said, the work is brilliant. I can't knock what he's doing right now, and we're still weeks away from the fight. So I'm quite excited to see Derek put it together on fight night. We understand it's going to be an hard fight. Listen, Andy Lee, I've got all the respect in the world for. He's such an intelligent man. He knows everything about this sport. He's had great grounding with the coaches he's worked with before. And all his fighters are dangerous, good fighters. And I expect, because he'll have more time with Joseph this time round, I expect a better version of Joseph Parker. But I expect a better version of Derek Chisora, and this is going to make for a great fight. You know what, I watched that fight again last night, and I don't know why there's an element of people that were kind of like knocking this rematch. If you put a crowd in that venue, they'd be going nuts for that fight. It was a really good fight, you know. There's a lot of give and take, there's a lot of big shots landed by both men. But like you said, behind closed doors, sometimes it can be a little bit, you know, it can take away, obviously it takes away the atmosphere, but sometimes you don't kind of appreciate it as much as what you would do with the atmosphere, with the reactions of people making noise. So I think we're going to be in for a much better fight. I think the fans are going to love it, and I expect my man to win.
Cheers, Dave. Andy, plenty more time now working with Joseph. I know you're pretty honest in your assessment last time out. You thought it was a very, very close fight. You didn't seem overjoyed with Joe's performance in that fight because obviously you hadn't had a lot of time together. He looks incredibly fit and incredibly well. We expect a great fight December 18th.
Yeah, we only had 5 weeks. Just wasn't enough time to affect any change or to embed any habits or instincts that we were trying to work on. But in saying that, Derek had done at the same time with Buddy McGrath. But this time Joe has a greater understanding of what we're trying to do. We've had all that time together, and also when you're not in camp, where he's been working on it by himself and just speaking to each other, and it's more about the mindset as much as it is anything technical. So yeah, I agree with a lot of things that Caldwell said about the crowd. I think that'll give Chisora, will make Chisora even better, because he's the one who he feeds off the crowd, you know. Whoa, there is Chisora. I'm waiting to hear that. And it will be a good fight. I've seen a change in Joseph compared to the last time, and compared to the work we've done in between. He's definitely focused, and I think Joseph sees the opportunity for himself. The way the heavyweight division is now, the landscape of the division, I think Joe fully believes that. I believe if he gets past, and when he gets past Chisora, that he's right there with any of them. I have no qualms of putting him in with any fighter. He'll never fight Tyson Fury, because they're as close as, they're not brothers, but they're as close as anything else outside of that. But anybody else in that division, I'd be very comfortable putting Joe in. But it will be a great night, and it's great to be here in Manchester, and it's great to see all the great Manchester fighters here. I see Anthony Crawler there, and Lyndon Arthur, Michael Jennings in the crowd here, and all of these young fighters here down front. I'm big fans of all of them. I'm looking forward to the fight, and I'm looking forward for Joe to show exactly what he can do.
Obviously, as a coach, one thing you always know, you know what you're going to get from Derek Chisora. And again, just a lot of tenacity, a lot of strength. And again, with that crowd, it's going to be a great atmosphere. I agree with Dave Caldwell. I thought it was a good fight last time out, a very good fight, and a fight that was behind closed doors where you could hear a penny drop. This time, probably some 16, 18,000 in Manchester Arena, going to be a great atmosphere. And I think a really good fight as well. Just obviously disappointed you won't be joining us on the commentary team for DAZN, but I'm sure it'll be an exciting night for you.
I had a busy night with Jordan and David, and then Joe at the end. But I like Dave Caldwell being in the opposite corner brings a little bit of trepidation for me. You know, Dave was in my corner when I'm 2 or 3 of the biggest fights of my career, and I know what he brings. I know the knowledge he has. And when you're someone like Chisora, small adjustments can make a big change. And that's probably what they'll be looking to do. Chisora's not going to come out and box and jab and move. He's obviously going to come forward and bring the fire. But small adjustments will make a big change. So we have to be ready for that. And yeah, that's what we're preparing to do. Joe's working extremely hard. We're well ahead of schedule, so I'm very happy.
Thank you, Andy. Del Boy, welcome back. I said with Coogan up there that, you know, I don't think you realise how much you miss that crowd, because there's something special about you walking out. Obviously O2 is, I guess, your home, but you did have one of the greatest heavyweight fights I've ever seen at Manchester Arena against Dillian Whyte in the first fight. It was just an unbelievable fight. I think the energy is going to be great. A lot of people there excited to see the card, but also excited to celebrate Christmas. Place is going to be jumping. And you're ready to go again after 2 fights behind closed doors, ready to bring it back to a packed arena in a really important fight for your career.
Yeah, 2 fights behind closed doors. Usyk, Joseph, Manchester again. I'm half excited and half not, to be honest with you, because yes, I'm happy for the fight, but I might be disappointed with what comes with the fight, to be honest with you. Like, I'm going to speak to my management team, 258, that we get an American referee and then we get good judges for this fight, because you know, so many times I've been robbed. You know, I was robbed in Helsinki. You know, so many fights. I was robbed the first one here in Manchester with Dylan. That's your card as well, with the Salim brothers.
I didn't do the one in Helsinki.
No, the one in Helsinki, the Salim brothers robbed me that one. You robbed me that one in Manchester. You know, so, but it's just one of those things, like, you know, it gets a bit frustrating. So I'm happy the rematch is on. I'm excited, you know, I got Dave Caldwell now with me. You know, he did phone me, begged me to come back.
What?
Dave, so you did beg me to come back, but Derek, come back.
Talking this again.
I'm like, okay, I'll come back. Yeah, so yeah, you know, I'm right now I'm not buzzing yet. You know, I think it's not time to be buzzing yet, but I just want you, I'm going to say this honest publicly to the press and yourself, Eddie, that I need you to get a good referee, an American referee, not a British board control referee, because those guys in the past have stuffed me and they've messed me around. So if Robert Smith is listening, I do not want your referee to referee me for this fight. So that's it, the British board of control, they can listen to that. And then I need you to get a good referee and good judges for this fight, because I know for a fact, come 18th of December, we are going to war. You know, Joseph Parker don't scare me. He hasn't got anything which I'm scared of. I would not let, he hasn't got power punches. He hasn't got, I don't even know how they gave him the last fight, to be honest with you. You know, I'm just disappointed. disappointed that they gave it.
Have you watched that one back? I mean, I know on the night you were.
Let me tell you something. To be God honest truth, I haven't even watched a fight with my first professional debut. I didn't even watch a fight with Usyk. I haven't watched a fight with Dylan White twice. I don't watch my fights because I've been in them, so I know what I did. So I don't need to watch them. I'm gonna watch them for. I was in it. you know all these fighters. Oh, I'm gonna go back and watch the fight. You were in it. You know what you did and what you did wrong. So what are you gonna go watch? Sit down there and say, oh, I'm gonna study the tape now. Study what? I was in it. You understand?
You stand by you won that fight against Joseph Parker?
100% I stand by I won that fight. I was the more pressure fighter. I was making the fight happening. All he wanted to do was just hold. That whole Kronk style, holding and is resting on you. That's what they do, you know, which is good for them. You know, but all I'm saying is, if I have to pay somebody, you know, if I have to pay one of the judges or anything, please let me know what account I have to send the money to. So, am I lying? Because half of the time, it's just, who do I have to pay?
Just to confirm, that won't be happening. But,
no, if it happens, I'm just saying, who do I have to pay?
Okay. You talked about Joseph Parker as a fighter. You said you didn't feel that he was anything special, didn't have any power, etc. What adjustments do you feel you have to make with Dave without giving a game plan away? Do we just need to see the same pressure from Derek Chisora? I know you talk about the ability to be able to work on the inside, but we're not going to see a dramatic change to the game plan at this stage, are we? You just got to land more lever on Joseph Parker. Maybe try and take him outside the distance. You won't need no judges.
The name of the game, ladies and gentlemen, is boxing. You know, bite your gum shield and just chuck the leather. That's it. There ain't no point of like trying to tippy-toe boxing and all that nonsense. It don't work. Bite the gum shield and chuck the kitchen sink. That's the name of the game for me. You know, we are coming to war. You know, this is why people love watching me. We're coming to fight. You know, I've never been a boxer in my life, so we are coming to fight.
And finally, Dale, I can't believe you found yourself back in Rotherham in training camp. I know.
Love Rotherham.
But one thing I will say that probably people don't know about you is that your love for the game is real. I mean, you know, Dave talks about being in the gym around young fighters. I know you've spent a lot of time around AJ, and everyone that you know closely in the sport, you'll always support them. You do love this, don't you? I mean, you're in fight of the year contender after fight of the year contender. You know, this is your life as well.
You know, I was saying this morning in the gym. I was telling Lawrence and Jordan, I was like, listen, the boxing life is so short, you know, and you have to grab with both hands the ups and downs, you know, the wins and the lose. You just have to enjoy it while you're doing it. You know, you don't want to be, after you hang up your gloves and start having regrets and say, oh, why did I not train hard enough for this fight? And I love it. I enjoy it. I love training. I love waking up. I love to be on M1 coming to Sheffield every Sunday. I enjoy it. I love going back to my family. I love coming back down near St. Dave, you know, staying in a hotel, you know. I love it. And same as my opponent. I think he loves it because he lives his family, you know, and he comes to, you know, to Europe to train when he's so far away from his wife and kids. And this time short we have, it's not long. So I always tell myself, I thank God for everything I have today, you know, waking up every morning, you know, and just loving this game of ours, which is boxing, you know. But sometimes, people who fuck it up is Eddie and Emma. You know, we love this game so much. There's so many fights we wanted to see, but we can't see them anymore. You know, but you're gonna make it right though. And one of the fights I wanna have is me and Joseph Parker. And then after that,
well, you got that one.
We got that one.
18.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So but it's gonna be a great show.
Good to see you, mate. Thank you, Joseph. He wasn't very impressed. You haven't got much power, but close fight last time. You stand by. I'm sure you've watched the fight back.
I've watched it back, yeah.
You believe that?
Firstly, it's always interesting to listen to Derek. Thank you, Derek. And maybe I can play for the judges as well. So we can all be fair judges and referee. Firstly, it's great to be back here in the UK. Great to have David Laker here as a training partner. Obviously, Andy Lee, the coach, the main man. Johnny Ward, the rest of the team back in Morecambe. I said I'm excited because it's my first rematch in my career. And I'm excited to see the improvements that I've been making in camp when I've been away in New Zealand and the things that Andy and I have been working on. I know we didn't have the longest camp, and I did watch the fight back and I thought I won, so I'm not sure, he thought he won too,
So what we're doing on
that's why we're here again.
Yeah, exactly. When you left the ring, you're like, rematch straight away, because you knew I won. You're like, I'm going to give you the rematch straight away.
I'm not sure what you watched.
No, but when we in the ring, you and Andy came up to me, rematch.
Listen, Andy came up to you because Andy was, as a coach, he wasn't quite sure. But after he watched it back too, he thought I won.
Listen,
I'm listening.
you're only here, man, because you're going to get another payday. It's okay.
You're going to get another payday too.
Andy, did you think that...
Andy, shut up. We're talking.
Oh, sorry. Okay, carry on.
I love a payday. People always say payday. Fuck yeah, I'll take a payday every day. Who don't want no money? I want money. That's the name of the game. No, I don't want no cryptocurrency, but I want. Can you pay me in cryptocurrency?
Possibly.
Listen. You might be all smiling games, but I'm upset. He goes to me after the fight. We're gonna give you the rematch. Him and Andy. And I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah, here we are.
You're the one that asked for it, so here we are.
Yes.
Now.
So don't tell me you won the fight.
I won the fight. Let's look at box rec.
Listen, I don't believe those numbers on box rec. I lost a fight with Robert Elenius, and then a week later I was fighting for the WBC. So it shows you how crooked this sport is sometimes. So I don't really care about numbers. All I just want is you in the ring.
You have me right here?
Yes. It's going to be amazing. Great card. You go great card here. I don't even know the names done.
You trained with two of them.
Who do I train with? Oh, it's there. Yeah. Who do I train with?
No,
Lorraine. And who else? Oh yeah. Great card. Yeah. Can't wait.
We went for breakfast the other week.
Huh?
We went for breakfast the other week.
Oh yeah. Lawrence is paying as well.
Joseph, you shared 12 rounds with Derek Chisora. You've also shared 12 rounds with AJ and Dillian White as well. Tough guy, very physical in there as well. He talked about you wanting to hold in that fight, but I get the feeling this fight might not go the distance this time around.
Yeah, Derek is one tough guy. He comes forward, puts on the pressure, and he, like he says, he bites his gum shield and throws the kitchen sink, and that's exactly what he did. And I think that's exactly what he's going to do for the next fight. And I feel this fight's going to be different. I've had a lot more time to work on things that Andy has suggested I work on. And now that I'm here with him, in camp, my confidence is growing every single day. I'm seeing the improvements.
Talk about that sacrifice. I know obviously Derek makes it as well, heading up the M1, but you are over the other side of the world, away from your hometown, away from your family as well. But you make those sacrifices because you believe it's a place that's going to really benefit your career.
I feel like this is the place to be. First I have this fight with Derek in front of me, and there's a lot more fights out there that can be made. And we have to make these sacrifices. As fighters, I know a lot of fighters make sacrifices, but I'm away from my family, wife and kids, parents, and I feel like it's my time to make it count.
And when you look at the world heavyweight rankings, it's kind of like a dangerous fight for you because you're well positioned. Derek, in a way, doesn't have as much to lose, maybe from a rankings perspective, but he's coming here to win. But you're very well positioned now, especially with victory on December 18th, to go and get a shot and try and become a two-time world heavyweight champion.
That's my goal, to be a two-time world champion. I'm well positioned at the moment with the rankings, but in this with COVID, it's hard to lock in fights. So thanks, Eddie, for the matchroom, David Higgins, Andy for getting this fight made, Chisora for accepting it again. It's good to be out 3 times this year, and you just got to take the opportunities when it comes.
And finally, you shared 12 rounds last time. I know you just want to win the fight, but sneaky part of you feels like you'll do this inside the distance.
I feel like I will. I have a good feeling. Not that feeling.
Listen, you ain't got a chance, son. Don't worry.
Come on.
You ain't got a chance. The only time you got a chance if Eddie pays the referee for you and the judges.
Listen, let's make a plan. Let's all pay the referee and judges.
You want to end this one inside the distance, Del? No talk about the judges. Can you do that? Do you think you can stop him after sharing 12 rounds with him last time?
Yeah. Ask him, man. You had to go see the dentist after he saw me, boy. You ask him. He had to phone Harley Street and go see a dentist because 2 of his teeth came out. Am I lying, Joseph?
Lying.
So open your mouth, let's see. Open your mouth, let's see. You know, it's gonna be a great show. You know, it's gonna be amazing. Can't wait.
Del, thank you. Joseph, thank you. Andy, Dave, thank you. Sandy, David, Lerone, Jack, Zelfa, Jordan, Rhiannon. Also, we will be announcing another big championship fight for this card. I don't know where we're going to fit it on, but a very big fight to be announced later on this week for this card as well. December 18th, tickets now on sale, huge pre-sale, several thousand already gone. December 18th, Christmas special, Manchester Arena, live on the Zone. Wherever you are, do not miss it. We're going to have a head-to-head with these two up here now, and also individual photos with the guys. Thanks for coming today. All these guys are available for you for the media. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.